In the previous problem we have seen that every A should be always be followed by a B. But now if I want to have a problem where A should never be followed by B, for example, A should never be followed by B. If this is the condition, then what do you think? Is this a complement of the previous language? Which means if the previous language, let us call it L1 was A should always be followed by B, A should always be followed by B, and it can contain any number of B's if A is not there. But this language L2 says that A should never be followed by B, which means epsilon will be there because there is no A, and A can be there because A is not followed by B here, and AA can be there, and AAA can be there because they are not followed by any B, so on, and then B can be there, BB can be there, so on, as well as BA, BBA can be there, right? So the language, if you consider L1 and L2, they are not exactly the complement of each other because there is some intersection. See this, epsilon is an intersection and all the number of B's are intersection. Therefore, I cannot complement the previous automata and then get this one. I cannot complement the previous DFA and get this one. I have to solve it. Now, initially, I have to accept epsilon also. So, initial state is going to be final state, and then I have to accept a single A. Therefore, this one is going to be final state, and if A is followed by B, I should not accept any such states. If A is followed by B, I should not accept any such strings. Therefore, this one is going to act as a dead state and we are never going to come back to the final states. Okay. Now, is this a DFA? It is not a DFA because we didn't show what happens if I get a B initially. What happens if I get any number of B's in the starting? Any number of B's, 1B or 2B or 3B's, any number of B's, they should be accepted. Therefore, I'll stay here and I'll accept it. If I see a A, I'll go to B. Now, what if I get any number of B's here? Any number of A's here, any number of A's, I'll be accepted because it is A followed by any number of A's or any number of B's followed by any number of A's. Therefore, you can understand this. What does A act as? A is acting as, it is going to accept all the strings which are not containing A, which means all the strings which is either epsilon or all the strings which is simply B's. Now, what about A? What about B? B is going to remember that it has seen exactly one A and it is going to accept any number of B's followed by one A or followed by any number of A's. Right? And what does C act as? C acts as, it has seen a followed by a B, or it has seen an A followed by a B. Therefore, it is not going to accept anything which is going to come after it. In fact, C is going to act as a dead state. So, this is the final.